fucking computer just froze up on me. What the fuck? It wasn't doing nothing. The damn thing froze up for real. It literally froze up. There was no sound. Let me go back and look at that last report. There is no fucking sound. I bet you no sound. I have to go back to my YouTube and look at it, but I know it was no damn sound. It didn't even record. I don't even think it recorded it. What the fuck? I'm like, god damn. The 6-minute video, right there, it did get it. There was no sound though. There's no sound, see?
Want no views, no.
How did it get the sound though? Because the mic wasn't even working.
Featuring none other than Dallas.
Bro, I was surprised they even got the whole thing. Okay. This dude was talking to that girl when she was 10 years old. He's 10 years old, bro.
Oh, Zach, this is so far, bro. Are you coming back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Right
okay.
there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thank you for being part of it, to feel it, and hopefully the chat felt it too. And
Yeah,
do
bro.
something good this
Everything
summer.
happens for a reason. When helping people is like, it's like a crazy feeling. It's like, cause like it keeps, when you give back, it keeps you grounded.
As Chris said,
Like,
comes back 100-fold.
Yeah, like it keeps you grounded. It reminds you of like people like lives and like how grateful people are for the little things and big things. And it's like, damn. But sometimes being at a certain level, you tend to like lose touch a little bit of like certain things because I'm being so blessed. But like, when you do give back, it's like, damn, you really should be grateful.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful today. I was tired, but I'm grateful. Yeah, this is a great way. This is the best start to a day that we've ever had this home office.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, bro. Actually, I'm actually grateful. Like, genuinely. Yeah, go ahead, mic me up.
Happy Sunday, baby.
Yes, sir.
God, he said how beautiful was that. Okay, listen, man. I've never heard of you in my life.
Yeah,
But what you did for these people, man, you made a family.
for sure.
For real. 'Cause
What's your
this-
name?
I'm Adrian.
Nice to meet you, Adrian.
Nice to meet you too. That was beautiful.
Oh, God.
Now, that was OD.
The fact that you have no shoes on it made me cry even more. Like, no shoes make me cry even more.
Now, for the bottom of my heart,
Then you didn't even sleep.
there's nothing. I don't want to be like nobody. I want to be a good person, man.
Amen.
Yo,
So we gotta get the PC. Yeah, we're going back.
I gotta be a good person, bro. This is my real friend. People who really believe in me. I believe that you got no shoes on. You don't got no shoes on. That makes you want to cry. I know you want to cry, so you keep laughing. I don't think I'm not being funny right now.
Nah, new house, new car, same day. Yo. Nah, she just remind me, she remind me so much of my mom now. Like, you feel me? Like, for real.
I know she's a strong woman, bro.
She remind me of like,
That's the original black queen, like black woman. Everybody talk about. That's a black mom. That's a single black mom, bro. Got her kid, bro. She's golfing.
Get it real quick before we go.
that just gave me life.
1,000 black young men in this chat can relate to that right now. I promise you. Might not get in the crib, but can relate to that mom. I'm telling you, they can relate to that. I can relate to that. He can relate to that. He can relate to that. You can relate to that.
She didn't tell you right now, but she's still overcoming thyroid cancer.
Say it. You said it?
She is overcoming thyroid cancer right now.
Ooh.
Too. No.
She
had
overcome
thyroid
it.
removed, yeah.
Cancer?
Yeah, so she had a tattoo.
Wow.
I don't want to put her on the spot like that, but that's what she told me. I'm like, alright, yeah.
Wow. You never know what we're going through, bro. Wow.
Yeah, wherever we came from. Thank you.
Yeah, we go back to the house. You never know what we're going through.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. That was good.
To be a part
That
of
was fun. Yes.
Here we go.
That was fun. Oh, is it? I'm putting it in a better position. Okay, my bad. Okay, back. Okay. W starts the day, chat. Day 21.
What time did you get up today?
Woke up at 10:30. I was up at 10:30 a.m. But I didn't go to sleep until like 7. So like 6.
It's 3 hours. So you don't look like you have 3 hours.
Nah, I'm cooked. I am baked. I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm cooked. And we have a fun day today. We have an IRL day all day today. We go my boy thought he wants to explore LA, so we about to explore LA and just have fun today. Honestly.
What's your favorite thing about streaming, Pat?
Today?
What's your favorite thing about streaming?
Probably the relatability of it in real time and like the authenticity. So like them being able to watch that in real time and see straight raw emotion, raw build up, and them able to react to it directly without like any like cuts or anything like that. That's the best thing about it. And just also being able to interact with like people out there that you don't know, that you don't really
They're going through or who they
yeah,
are?
they going through. You don't know who they are. They just about to have chat, but we be able to have fun and do a lot of things through the chat itself. And it's like it's crazy. But yesterday, last night was fun though. We had the whole marching band in the room yesterday. That was crazy. A lot of things happen so fast. So many things. Can I hold it like this? Okay. So many things happen so fast this month. So that's fine. We flew like 3 of my subs out. I'm trying to fly out subs every day to the house.
Really?
Yeah, to play like games with at night and just hang out with. Yesterday was the first time and it was fun. Check, yesterday was fire, right? With the subs. Shout out to Bree, shout out to Sony, shout out to Varoon. Yeah.
Are you guys childhood friends?
Who? I mean, you would think we childhood friends. I met him in college. And I met Talil in like 2019, 2018. But now we damn near we all family, man. We all family.
You guys are like day one.
Yeah. We all family now. We got 9 more days.
What's something crazy you got cooking for the next 9 days?
Huh?
What's something crazy you got cooking in the
I
next
don't know, it's crazy. I can't even leak, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we got some fire stuff. The last week gonna end off with a bang. It's crazy.
You know, Ruben's gonna be watching on UPC.
Yeah, I know. New PC chat. I can get on PCs every day.
Yeah?
So I give out 1 PC every single day. So like there's a day 1 PC, day 2 PC, day 3 PC. I'm back. I gotta give out 2 PCs today. So yeah, they definitely.
Killer Spine? I hear you. I'm glad you're happy. Glad. We'll talk football a little bit. Yeah, right. Like I said, real quiet. Like, I'm in a game with fucking green. Holy shit. Man, what are we doing?
Jake, battery's dead.
Oh! I've got light khaki and red and khaki and khaki.
Khaki.
And I'll take the Jake.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What is it that makes an SUV ex...
So everyone knows what message Nick Lesnar was telling John Cena at the end of SmackDown. Now look, at the end of today's SmackDown, WWE played a master plan with the entire audience. WWE people were trying very hard to copy-paste Winsman in today's SmackDown, but that plan of WWE was completely successful. And if we talk about the Brock John Cena once again in Clash Paris. Now friends, what do you think that Brock Lesnar must have sent such a secret message for John Cena? You must tell me the message by commenting. So everyone...
Wayne used to wear like these skateboard shoes called Supras, and I would wear stuff like Pradas and Gucci shoes and all this stuff. So I go to Gucci and they got these red Gucci's out. I take them to him at the studio. He don't know I'm about to take it to him. And he like, damn, these hard in the bitch. I hang out with him. I give him a beat CD. Time goes by, Katrina happens. He moves to Miami. He like, you gotta come, come visit, you know what I'm saying? Come out, you know what I mean? Catch a flight to Miami, and him and Cortez, who was his manager at the time, they pick me up. We go from the airport to the mall because he is trying to show his appreciation for me buying him shoes. And then out the blue he says, what you thought about the hook I did for you? And I don't know what he talking about. He asks, Ted, did you email him the song? I said, yeah, I did. And he said, email? I'm like, that's not my email. Literally right there, he's like, let's go to the studio. He matches play, this beat comes on, and this hook comes on. I remember at that particular time knowing what a hit sounded like. I looked at him, I said, man, you did that for me? He like, yeah. I run out, call my boy Dollar, and we got us one. Like, I'm on here singing and everything. Wayne used to wear like these skateboard shoes called Supras, and I would wear stuff like Pradas and Gucci shoes and all this stuff. So I go to Gucci and they got these red Gucci's out. I take them to him at the studio. He don't know I'm about to take it to him. And he like, damn, these hard in the bitch. I hang out with him. I give him a beat CD. Time goes by, Katrina happens. He moves to Miami. He like, you gotta come, come visit, you know what I'm saying? Come out, you know what I mean? Catch a flight to Miami, and him and Cortez, who was his manager at the time, they pick me up. We go from the airport to the mall because he is trying to show his appreciation for me buying him shoes. And then out the blue he says, what you thought about the hook I did for you? And I don't know what he talking about. He asks, Ted, did you email him the song? I said, yeah, I did. And he said, email? I'm like, that's not my email. Literally right there, he's like, let's go to the studio. He matches play, this beat comes on, and this hook comes. Wayne used to wear like these skateboard shoes called Supras, and I would wear stuff like Pradas and Gucci shoes and all this stuff. So I go to Gucci and they got these red Gucci's out. I take them to him at the studio. He don't know I'm about to take it to him. And he like, damn, these hard in the bitch. I hang out with him. I give him a beat CD. Time goes by, Katrina happens. He moves to Miami. He like, you gotta come, come visit, you know what I'm saying? Come out, you know what I mean? Catch a flight to Miami, and him and Cortez, who was his manager at the time, they pick me up. We go from the airport to the mall because he is trying to show his appreciation for me buying him shoes. And then out the blue he says, what you thought about the hook I did for you? And I don't know what he talking about. He asks, Ted, did you email him the song? I said, yeah, I did. And he said,
Whoa, man, amazing car. When did you become a millionaire?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
Tia Kemp reacts to Mariah the Scientist jail call speaking about Kodak Black.
Young Thug popped up first. Boy, you trending, boy. Boy, you trending. Now that
Ey, no me gusta perder. Dime qué vamos a hacer. Me paso mirando el cel, wow, no puede ser. Aunque me tarde un poco, juro que voy a responder. Quisiera volverte a ver. Quisiera volverte a ver encima de mí brincando. Un aplauso pa' mami y papi, porque en verdad rompieron. Gracias mami por parirme aquí. Ey, el mejor de la nueva porque me crié en la mami papi por todos los jalos no oreja. Nunca me han visto en la calle ni en los podcasts ando queja. Tratan de medir fuerza y no pueden ni en pareja. Calle sol, calle luna, estrella en la noche oscura. Yo no canto reggae, pero sí cultura de Borinquen, PR, archipiélago perfecto. En el mundo entero voy a llevarte pa' PR. Mami, pa' que veas cómo es que se perrea. Tráete a tu amiga si te gusta la idea. Dile que esta noche vamos a janguear. Qué rico lo vamos a pasar. Aquí nadie se va a casar.
¡Ay, puñeta! ¡Mamá bicho, cabrón!
Era pa' que estuviésemos juntos, aún enamorados. Y me pregunto, pudiera pasar si estuviésemos juntos, aún enamorados. Todavía yo te espero, aunque yo sé que tú no vas a volver. Todavía yo te quiero, aunque yo sé que somos por y tengo tu foto en la. Era pa' que estuviésemos juntos, aún enamorados. Y me pregunto.
Solvent dust. Gone. Where's that spore at? They got beat 30-0. Oh, what the fuck happened today, man? How did they get slaughtered this bad? Let's watch the highlights.
Jameson, a famously smooth whiskey from a famously big family. Meet Jose, could be one of us. Even when he shows up uninvited, he's never empty-handed. You see, he's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. Must be a Jameson.
On second down, Young under center. He has time. Running out, flushed out. Young towards the corner. He's there. Touchdown, Carolina. Penix with time is intercepted.
That's completely on Penix. 100%.
Shaw Smith-Wade takes it in. Falcons need it. Penix looks, passes, intercepted. Mike Jackson, who might take this to distance. Penix gets a piece of him. Jackson stays on his feet, reverses field, tries to spin away, but it's the second handoff. Dowdle, touchdown.
They tore Minnesota up 22-6, and then they turned around and lost to freaking Carolina.
That girl done told him, Kodak tried. That girl like to start stuff. I hate to say it, Mariah, the no scientist, the Mariah, the no carry, whatever. I don't know what her name. What her name is? Mariah, the scientist, or Mariah?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Anyway, she be starting stuff. She didn't have to tell that man Kodak was in her DM. That's starting stuff to me. You leave that shit alone. You leave that alone. You picking up these people against each other. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I said I wasn't gonna tell you this, but I have a problem with telling you everything, so I'm gonna tell you. Problem with telling you every single thing, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you get through this message this time. Me coming at you don't mean this dude come up under his situation or nothing, because I'm a real, hopefully bro ass come home for real, B-I-H, exclamation mark. But in the meantime, Scotty, you know I've been up about you, and I just can't put that direct. I love to come to some kind of terms with you, babe. You know it's queen treatment on you. Who you think had audacity to message me some shit like that? And guess what I said, man?
What?
I got a man and I ain't going against what I got. Would you like to guess who said that?
No, I don't like it.
Black. You just throw it right there. Like, what type of sentence is that? You basically saying, I know you got a man, he locked up right now, and you know, I want him to get out, but shit, in the meantime, like, what type of shit is that?
That don't be crazy, man.
For real, he been like that too. Like since the day I ever met him in my life, like he been crazy like that. Like, I'm starting to hear that. You think I tell you too much? You know, I know that he's in jail right now, but this is, you know, I don't know.
I'm not sure, but you can't.
Hey, but you was loyal. It's broke. Gotta be careful now.
Hello? Yeah. Not really.
I ain't gonna lie, you really looked up. You looked up, baby. I mean, not like
I'm
looked
sorry,
up,
I
like
couldn't answer because
You
I was
do.
doing Instacart.
I really want to know who you are.
Every time I answer
I
the
want to
phone,
know why you
it's
so
gonna
obsessed
run
with
my
me.
battery down.
I know it's a bitch. I can feel it, ho. Yeah, I can feel it. Oh, I know it's a female. I know it is. It ain't a man. It's not a man. It's a bitch. It's a bitch that wish she had these lips that I got between her and the lips that I got right here under my mother's nose and above my chin. That bitch wish she had these eyes that I could see her funky ass hating on me. Look, that stinking hoe wish she had these long pretty feet so she could stand on my business like I do. But you can't, hoe. You sit back watching every move I make. I know you got me on notifications because every time I go live, bitch, you calling me no call ID, hoe. If you don't get your motherfucking ass up out that room, bitch, looking at them four walls, ho, running your mind, running your mind, the little bit that you got left, bitch, you better go get you some motherfucking help, ho. Oh, you better go do something, ho. You better go do something, bitch. You needs to go do something, ho. You need to go join some kind of class, sit around people, and express yourself. Cause something going on with you, bitch. It is. I got you going crazy, ho. Ho, I got you losing it, bitch. Cause ho, every time I go live, you're blowing up my motherfucking phone, no caller ID. You sick ho. You miserable bitch. You can't be me. You cannot be me, ho. My mama and daddy could go fuck each other and make 10 girls. And now one gon' be like mother and me. Do you understand me, ho? So get over it, bitch. Love yourself, ho. Love yourself. And
I
move
only
around.
got paid $500 for it. I went and paid another payment today. I got into the 25th. Okay, I made a $9 payment. I'm like, I'm sorry, I invested in that PC too much in that PS5. Nah, you can go pay for a good PS5 you can pay about $390. But see, I got that PC with it, so that's why it's $500 or something.
Now, fucking bitch. I'm so sick of you.
Alright, oh damn, crap, they got both.
I am sick of your bitch ass bitch. I told you the other day, bitch, what I would do to you. I'll take these 5 fucking fingers right here and get real close to your face and get in your eye socket and take your fucking eyeball out so you can't see another motherfucking down tone to call me. Bitch.
Thanks for tuning in to 9mag TV.
Keep watching if your recent car accident was not your fault, because I've got a way that you could get 3.5 times more compensation after that accident. Here's what usually happens when you get in a car.
They said that darn dude started going with that girl when she was 10. He is sick, and they said he was 15 or 16 years old. What the hell? Damn. You see, David started seeing Celeste when she was 10. Oh my God. Look at my. How the fuck? Bro. I'm going to literally turn my PC off is what I'm about to do. What is one second? I can't believe I just fucking did that. I'm going to break my whole keyboard. Let me turn. I just dropped the whole keyboard on the fucking board, bro.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Brand new information in the David case. If you guys don't know who he is a popular R&B singer, billions of views, TikTok darling, Generation Z, up next, and also his girlfriend, who he was alleged to have started dating around 11, 12 years old. At this time, went missing at 13 years old, and she was found not in one piece, in many pieces, in a locked trunk of his Tesla. Why is that so important? Because Teslas, you need a special code to get in and out of the front trunk. Okay, there's new information that has been coming out. First of all, what do we need to talk about? We need to talk about the way that Celeste's sister actually unlocked her account. And so many things are being shown. For instance, it has now been confirmed on the discourse, okay? That, well, when I say confirmed, allegedly, because people are using the...
You watch her? Tisa Tales. She on YouTube. She's glued up on here. She's on a Diddy trial and now she on
usernames and the IP addresses for David's Discord and of course for his live streams. Allegedly, David first met Celeste on Fortnite when she was 10 and he was 15, then invited her to his Discord. There is screenshots of course, Celeste 1294, KYS, a member since January 4th, 2021, Roll's #1 fan, okay? And she is a member. However, somebody actually sent a DM that knew it. Now, here's the thing. In these type of cases, there are always DMs from a lot of people. But can we not forget that on Reddit and on many threads, before Celeste was even identified as being in that trunk, which by the way, they could not even specify her age. They could...
That's crazy. That girl was born in 2010 or 2009. And that nigga... What you going for people to say that they can just because they a couple of years older than the person, they think that ain't sick. Like, nigga, if you don't think that's sick, then what kind of human thing you is? That's like saying, oh, I'm 15 years old and I'm gonna go for a 10-year-old. What the shit? Now I can see you being 11 and you might go for a girl that's young, maybe a year younger, but you going for a girl that's 5, 6 years younger than you? And nigga, you almost legal? That don't make no sense.
Not specify her race or her ethnicity because she was so...
I guess they waiting to get all the proof that he did it, but I'm like, the cops already know he damn did it. Then they say it might be a second damn body inside that Tesla. Now, that's what's coming out. You heard about that shit? They said it might be a second person up in there.
Badly decomposed that lets you know that this went on for...
You don't be looking at all that badness, but shit, that's all I do. I stay, you know, me being a blogger, I stay on YouTube. I'm seeing all this shit. That's all I've been looking at, this same case. It don't never get boring to me. Only thing that gets gothic when I seen them little shirts he was making. Them shirts with the fake blood on it. They say he's making that for his album. But then time the case started coming through, they say he deleted all them shirts. He was making money off them shirts with the fake blood on it.
Months, not just a couple of weeks, okay? However, keep in mind that prior to her even being identified, there were a lot of people from Celeste's hometown that said she ran away to be with her rapper boyfriend in Los Angeles. And then a month later, she got brought back and then she ran away again. And this was before they even identified her. Now get this. Somebody that was in the same Fortnite group said this, yo, I'm watching your live right now, but I just want to say this because me and my friends are trying to recall everything. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her in like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure. And then he made her get a Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would joke about it and brush it off every time it got mentioned. That's all I personally know. But my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. She would literally say he raped her, but then followed it up with a joke. So I don't know if she's being for real or not. He was also just a weirdo, to be honest. He used to send gore pics in the GCS, but I'm not surprised considering what he's being accused of. Now, why is this important? Because there is actually a live stream where she actually says, when he was like, yo, you got anything? Matter of fact, I'll just play it for you. Hold on.
It trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
Thanks to Restore, Prime Time is back. I didn't want to be bald any longer.
If you're daydreaming about having more hair, this is it. This is the way to get there.
I chose Restore because by far they are the best. Such a great team of people. Their technique is the best of the industry, and the results kind of speak for themselves.
Restore and Dr. Harris has absolutely changed my life.
Dr. Harris literally wrote the book on hair restoration.
He was one of the pioneers of FUE.
He's the innovator, hair restoration extraordinaire.
I'm Dr. Jim Harris, Medical Director of Restore. One of the things that sets Restore apart from other practices.
No reason why I would look anywhere else.
I wanted the best, something I could really believe in. That's why I chose Restore.
Get yourself to Restore right now.
Yeah, you heard that right. She said, yeah, you're into raping kids, and then says, oh, I don't know. And she tries to laugh it off, okay? Again, this is really, really sad. It looks like years and years and years of grooming. Years and years and years of grooming. But it's not over, okay? Now, David joined his server, okay, on Celeste's birthday. And people are guessing that that's when he created the server as well. That was D4D's One Mutual server. He joined it again on Celeste's birthday. This cannot be a coincidence. They had the same tattoo, okay? David, for your information, as you guys know, has not come out at all and even said anything about this. And I know some of y'all might be like, oh my God, well, who would say this? What about before we knew it was Celeste? What about, he was obviously very close to this girl. I'm sure he's going to try to say he wasn't dating her. I am wondering why charges have not been brought up, because what? Right? He was dating her. So it makes me think, or at least very, very close to her. So it makes me think, why haven't the police even pulled him in on charges of that? And if you do buy the fact, through all of the streams, the people that knew them, even Celeste's own family said, yeah, her boyfriend's name was David. Everybody knew. And a lot of people in his inner circle knew, okay? His silence makes no sense. So you're, at this point, 14-year-old girlfriend is missing. She was 13 when her family reported her missing. Your 14-year-old girlfriend is missing and you don't say a word. You are a world-renowned artist. You don't put something up saying, y'all, my girl's missing. Even if that's not your girl and he's like, oh no, we were just friends, right? Yo, this person I'm so close to, my bestie, is missing. You are a famous person. You could have put out everything on TikTok. You could have asked on TikTok. Not only that, he used to always brag about how jealous he was. So, because you are so jealous, you didn't probably let that little girl breathe. She's trying to go to play dates and watch Caillou or Dora or whatever's popping, and you're literally there getting jealous while you're looking at Caillou like that. I'm not making jokes. This is how crazy this person would have to be jealous of somebody that young. On top of that, there is plenty of information. I'll put it up here that she was actually with child. When they looked at the server IDs, it was Celeste and it was David's server IDs, okay? I'll put that up too because a lot of sleuths have pointed that out. But let's actually get into this. Why didn't you say, first of all, why didn't you say that she was missing? Since you love her so much, and since this is your whether it's a romantic relationship or not, why didn't you say anything? You have platform, you have access, you talk about everything else. Second of all, you're bringing coffins into the hotels and stadiums that you're playing with on your romantic homicide tour, okay, fine, right? When you found out that the person in your Tesla, let somebody find out there's a person in my car. Oh my God, officer, can we work together? Let somebody find out that there's a woman in your Tesla that we find out is not a woman, but a little girl that there was some inappropriate relationship. It looks like if everything on the internet can be believed. Why didn't you say anything then? Where's your thoughts and condolences to the family? How come you haven't reached out to the family? The family has confirmed he hasn't reached out. He hasn't talked. He hasn't said anything in the world. You were the last person that their daughter was seen alive with. So what really is going on, sir? Might we ask you? Anyway, let's get back into this. Again, some people, his biggest fans, are saying, oh my God, he has to be innocent. But that's when I get into this. You cannot tell me we live in a world where abusers are punished. You cannot tell me we live in a world where people actually care about women. Do you know that all his streams have gone up by 64%? This man is even more popular. He had billions of streams. It's been increased by 64%. This man is more popular now, and people are playing his music now than before they found out what he might have done to Celeste. And for everybody saying, oh my God, they're just listening to his music because they want to get clues. Dummy, Google the lyrics like everybody else did. Don't tell me you need to listen to the stream over and over and over because you want to find out what happened in his music. It is absolutely repulsive what's actually happening. Anyway, to get back into what else can I tell you about what is going on, because there is a lot going on. All right, he used creepy visuals. It's pretty much been confirmed that this fool he's going viral for using a scene in the music video that shows him ending someone and putting them in a Tesla trunk. Again, he, according to all these kids, and they are kids, they're saying that how he met Celeste, where he met Celeste. There's even Instagram live photos, I put it in another video, of him, what appears to be paying off children so they wouldn't talk about him and Celeste, because Celeste actually talked, you guys. Listen, again, let's also not forget the last thing. David has another Discord account named Moji, and in there, he said some of the most atrocious things. Listen, you guys, I'm going to catch you guys up on another video. There are so many updates coming in. I want to make sure we get them all. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
He was fired just 3 weeks before he was set to retire.
And now he's becoming an industry whistleblower. Kate Jennings has the story.
30 years.
This man was fired after 30 years of loyalty. Now he's exposing a $500 billion industry.
I saw this as an opportunity to help people.
Todd Andreessen dedicated his life to the same insurance company, only to be fired a week before his retirement, losing his pension.
I only had 7 days to go. It hit me completely out of the blue.
That night, Todd went for a drive to clear his head, but tragedy struck. A head-on collision totaled his car and put him in the hospital. Although Todd recovered, the situation worsened when his old company denied his claim and raised his rate.
I was angry. I was hurt. I mean nothing to them.
Determined to fight back, Todd revealed a secret he'd known for decades. 80% of a typical auto insurance bill goes toward paying commissions and fees, and roughly 20% is for the actual coverage.
Every insurance agent in the country knows this.
No longer bound by his NDA, Todd created a new solution that eliminated the middleman and passed the savings on to drivers. His grandson, a recent MIT graduate, helped him build a simple website where drivers could get a new, much lower rate within just a few clicks.
I mean, I was excited to finally use what I learned at MIT on a project that would actually help people.
The movement continues to grow, but insurance companies are trying to take it down because of how much money they are losing. We encourage everyone to visit the website and discover how much of your monthly bill is going to commissions and fees. Most people are shocked to learn they're getting back at least $2,000 in returns and savings.
I found this website and I found out that I was overpaying in commissions and fees by $140. My new rate's only $45 a month. It's amazing.
I cut my rate by more than half, and now I'm saving enough to cover both my groceries and my rent. So I definitely definitely recommend giving it a shot. I was just shocked at how much I was overpaying.
Todd continues fighting against unfair insurance practices, determined to empower everyday people by putting money back into their pockets.
It's easy. Just go to our website, answer a few basic questions about your car, and you'll find out how much money you're going to get back.
We provided the link below for anyone that's interested. Visit the website today and discover how much you can get back in savings.
Hi, it's Sofia Vergara. I'm here because I want to tell you about my new favorite thing. No, it's not cake. I know, shocking, right? It's actually Royal Kingdom, the new puzzle game from the makers of Royal Match. But cake is a close second. You know why I love cake? It's sweet, satisfying, and never gets old. That's exactly how I feel about Royal Kingdom. It's the kind of game you just can't put down. It's fun, it's challenging, and it always leaves you wanting more. And you know what makes it even better? There are no ads to interrupt my fun, and you don't even need Wi-Fi to play. So whether I'm playing in bed, on the couch, or in the kitchen with the cake, I'm covered. Cake, Royal Kingdom, a match made in heaven. Honestly, I'm living my best life over here. But if you excuse me, I've got a game to get back to. And before, maybe I'm just gonna take one more bite.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, breaking news in the David investigation. If you guys don't know who David is, oh my God, catch up. He is a super famous star, popularity on TikTok, billions of views, streams. He was set to inherit the R&B throne, okay? Now, what happened? His girlfriend found trunk, okay? How old? 13 at the time they started dating, looks like about 11 or 12. The police have raided his home. The family has actually broken their silence, okay? All this information is piling up. But more importantly, the public is starting to ask, what exactly is going on? Why hasn't this man been taken into custody? Let me tell you something. There is more evidence than I have not seen this much evidence compiled on one person, written by his own hand, and also internet sleuths bringing it forward since a murder mystery, since CSI. I mean, the LAPD, who is notorious for jumping the gun, notorious for chasing after anyone, notorious for slapping those cuffs on and asking questions later, has been oddly slow to actually make an arrest in this story. But let's get into this, okay? Because a couple of things are going on. So one, the family has broken silence. And listen to what the family had to say, which leads me to believe this is an ongoing investigation. When I say ongoing investigation, maybe this wasn't his first rodeo. Maybe it wasn't him, but there's somebody close to him and he's covering it up. I don't understand how your ex, who was a little kid, was found and you haven't even said, oh my God, I'm heartbroken. Speaking of heartbroken, her family has broken their silence. And listen to this interesting message. If you guys don't know, the brother broke his silence via DMs, talking to a popular streamer. But I guess this is the mother going on, okay? They said, in the wake of the tragic discovery, her family remembered her as a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend.
Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices. Want a vehicle with low mileage? We have a wide selection in stock and ready for delivery. Buy with peace of mind with a multi-point inspection, a free vehicle history report, and a limited time warranty. Visit us online or stop by our dealership today to discover incredible savings across our entire inventory.
They said, as many of you know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified as the person found last week. Okay? Her family is heartbroken and devastated by this tragic loss. They are seeking help to lay her body to rest. Oh, wow. They need a GoFundMe. I haven't seen the GoFundMe. If I find it, I'll post it. Now, again, her cause of death has been deferred due to her body being severely decomposed, according to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office. As you guys know, police discovered her remains while responding to a call about foul odors emanating from a Tesla, which investigators said had been sitting in the tow yard lot for several days after it was reported abandoned in the Hollywood Hills, okay? Now, they are saying that they've reached out to David's rep. He's not saying anything. They are saying that David is fully cooperating, okay? But I'm confused. There's more than enough evidence to show that that little girl was his girlfriend. The internet's not making this up. There's pictures, there's video, there's Discord, there's chat. Even the Discord knew who this little girl was, okay? There are screenshots. He has a song called Romantic Homicide. On his tour, he had a casket brought in to the hotel every single time he went in. He has said he is into gore, corn, right? The girl was missing. She was underage. Everybody knew that he was seeing her. Why hasn't this man been arrested? Now, there are videos of him paying off little kids in the area once Celeste went missing to keep their mouth shut. It makes me wonder, I delved into his past. Is he connected? Does he know someone? Why is the LAPD, who is usually tripping over themselves to at least say they have a person of interest or he is a suspect, why are they being remarkably quiet? She was found in a car, locked in the front trunk of a car registered to him, a car he used all the time, parked on the street near the house that he stayed in. If you guys don't know about Teslas, apparently the front trunk, you need a code to open it. It's not like a regular car, can you just pop the trunk? The front trunk needs a code to be open. He will be the owner of that code. If he gave the code to anyone else, he would know who he gave it to. Again, where are the arrests? Where are the suspects? Your girlfriend, who is underage, by the way, right? Found in a trunk, chopped and screwed. For anybody that thinks listen, also, you guys, please know this is YouTube and I am speaking in code, okay? I don't need this video pulled down. We don't want to get in any trouble. We are trying our best to be disrespectful, but if you have an issue, talk to YouTube and the way they have strict rules for general entertainment and terms, okay? So when I say chopped and screwed, you know what I'm talking about. She was found chopped, screwed, front. The mother said the boyfriend's name was David. The teacher is on record saying, yeah, that was him. She ran away from home once to be with a rapper in Los Angeles, and then they brought her back a month later, and then she ran away again to be with a rapper whose name was David, who lived in Los Angeles. David is a rapper who lived in Los Angeles. He was a rapper, singer, whatever. You get what I'm saying. The point of the matter is, she had a tattoo on her finger. He had a tattoo on his finger. He made songs about Celeste Rivera, around the same age, the girl that ran away. He made a song about Celeste and how obsessed he was, okay? So, why? They got a search warrant for the house and raided the house. So why are they so hesitant to take this man into custody? Why is the LAPD waiting so long? You know, I don't know if he had connects, right? I don't know why they're waiting, because here's another thing. When this person showed up, you would think that the person dating her, that everybody knew, would be the fact that they are even waiting so long. He could be cleaning up stuff. He could be hiding stuff. Or if he's this rich, he could have people hiding himself. He literally was streaming with Cat's Eye, with Benny Blanca, with Colucci. I know none of them are involved, but it's still the whole point that he definitely had motion. Now, some people have said they think what's going on are the police are watching him, that maybe this isn't his first rodeo. Maybe things are going on, okay? But I have never seen this much evidence in real life. Only in movies do you get this many smoking guns. Do you see what I'm saying? again, I don't know what is going on. I've been looking around, but that is what it is. Now, you guys.
Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices. Want a vehicle with low mileage? We have a wide selection in stock and ready for delivery. Buy with peace of mind with a multi-point inspection, a free vehicle history report, and a limited time warranty. Visit us online or stop by our dealership today to discover incredible savings across our entire inventory.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Feeling a vibe? Run with it. From can't look away to gotta have it. Make every detail yours. Bring out what's hot. Remove what's not. Crystallize it. Instantly set a tone that speaks in your voice to your audience. Keep moving. Your site grows with you. Add solutions that meet you where you are and take you where you want to go. Smooth to make, easy to love.
I'm going to try to find, the family's asking for donations. I don't know if the family has a GoFundMe. They didn't mention in that article. I'm going to look at the article. But again, the family's broken silence and they haven't mentioned this mofo's name either, which makes me think, is he telling the family, if you say my name, I'm going to sue you? Is the family scared to say something? Or is it even more tragic that the family knows something that they're not saying? Again, found outside of a man's house that little girl, not speaking of hyperbole, was dating. They said badly decomposed, which means that it's been a while, more than a couple of weeks. This man is obsessed with gore, romantic homicide, bringing coffins in. There's pictures, streams, everything of him with that little girl. I don't understand. And he just canceled his world tour. And the cops are still investigating this. You guys, listen, he's canceled his shows in Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. And his record label refuses to promote the release of his deluxe version of his album. Now, why would that be? Again, everybody seems to know there's something coming up. Interesting enough, this was reported by the New York Post. How would they know that the record label is refusing unless either David told them or the record label told them? He's canceled his world tour. Cops are probing in. Listen, this is really, really odd to me. And I need you guys to let me know what your best theory is in the comments. I have my own. I'll develop them in another story. But again, all you need to know now is the family's broken silence. Cops still haven't made an arrest, but they are collecting evidence. Again, I've never seen this much evidence outside of a movie. What is taking so long? And if it's not him, I'm pretty sure he knows who it could be, because who did you give the code to your Tesla trunk? On top of that, Tesla cars are supposed to have cameras running front and back at all times. And who did you give the code to in order to lock the front trunk and unlock the front trunk? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Because in a Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Okay, you guys, another update on Celeste Rivas. May she rest in peace. Her last tragic days, allegedly and suspected from at the hands of her suspected boyfriend, based on the evidence, David. If you don't know who David is, he is a popular singer, billions of streams and views. He was blowing up. He was prepped by Interscope Records to be the heir apparent to the R&B throne, okay? Now, if you guys don't know, the little girl, Celeste, who he was dating from the time it was alleged from 11 to 12, she went missing when she was 13. Her teacher went on record and said that she ran away to be with a rapper in LA for a month, came back, okay? A lot of people are focusing on the fact that she was cut up. And I get that. That is something to focus on. But you guys, I reread a lot of these reports and I found something very, very interesting. It looks like her last end might have been something out of Silence of the Lambs or Saw. Because based on the police's own information, it looks like her last month, it wasn't a quick end. It wasn't a crime of passion. Whoever did something to her looks like they held her. 4 months torturing. Let's not forget that David has gone online numerous times to actually tell us how much he loved gore corn. If you guys don't know what gore corn is, please don't even bother to look it up. But it is where somebody derives a lot of pleasure from cutting, sawing, mutilation. Silence of the Lambs, Saw. That could be considered the thing, okay? I'm talking around things because we are on YouTube and I have to be respectful of YouTube's policies. But please fill the blanks in. So what is the first clue, okay? When she was identified, all right? They said that when she was identified, they left a lot of clues, and we're gonna have to piece together the clues because the police are being very, very candid. I think that he still is the prime suspect. It is making me scratch my head that they have not arrested him, but we are where we are. 1, she was found severely decomposed inside a vehicle. That lets you know it wasn't days, it wasn't weeks, it was months, okay? They said for an extended period of time. Here's the thing. She was so far gone that they were unable to determine her age, her race, or ethnicity. Do you know how much you have to be decomposed to not be able to see what color somebody's skin is, their approximate age, or even their ethnicity? But sources close to the scene says one of the reasons it was so hard for them to identify it is because they were mangled. Whatever happened, it was not peaceful and it was mangled. They said that she was wearing a tube top and black leggings size small. She had wavy black hair and the jewelry included yellow metal stud earrings and a yellow metal chain bracelet. Now, here's the second clue, that whoever did this needs to rot in hell. You guys, brace yourself for this next clue that everybody missed. The medical examiner said,
"We, the beef people of Winn-Dixie, united to make more perfect barbecues, do declare our dedication to you and to keeping savory traditions alive for the next generations. We are Winn-Dixie. We are the beef people."
Sometimes life can be a little messy. But with next-gen Nuvella Performance Fabric at Ashley, we've got your whole home covered. So you can get back to what you love, messes and all.
that she was 5'2" and 71 pounds. Again, she was 5'2" and 71 pounds. What 5'2" person do you know that could ever be 71 pounds? The last visuals of Celeste. She was a healthy weight. Not heavy, but definitely not 71 pounds skinny. She was a healthy weight. She had a cherub face. She looked like a sweet, innocent 12-year-old. Like most 12-year-olds, all 12-year-olds look sweet and innocent. They are saying that in the months that her family couldn't find her, David reenacted his romantic homicide fantasies or his jealous rages. And the reason why Celeste went completely missing is because it wasn't a quick end, but he held her there and made her pay gruesomely every day for every sick, jealous thought he had in his head. If you look at his TikTok, he had a lot of reposts over, oh, I'm jealous, I'm this, I'm that. He had a lot of reposts. He had music videos where not music videos, anime videos he made for his music videos where he fantasized about a limb being cut off of a girl that he was arguing with. Romantic homicide. Also, you guys, again, can I circle back? And I don't want to make you guys sick. He even admitted he had a love for gore. What is that? Imagine if somebody made corn, but it was set to Saul or Hannibal Lecter, which means you get off on inflicting pain, causing pain, cutting up stuff, cutting stuff, keeping them alive so that they can beg for their lives. And making that moment last as long as humanly possible. Days, weeks, months, it doesn't matter. Because the whole point of it is to get some sick, derivative pleasure from causing unimaginable, excruciating pain. You guys, 71 pounds? Was she fed? What happened? Why was someone at 5'2" only clocking in? You cannot lose weight that quickly. Anyone that's ever tried to crash diet knows you cannot lose weight that quickly unless there is something so severe going on that you are denied all food, all water. Again, it's a gruesome picture, but I think this is a clue a lot of people missed. It is a clue a lot of people missed. It appears that, and you know what I do also want to say? It appears that one thing I am saying is, why is this mofo not arrested? Why is this mofo not arrested? I have only seen this much evidence in movies. Never, listen, never seen. Again, there's something very, very off with this. 5'2", 71 pounds. People are saying that the reason they could not even identify what race she was, or age, or ethnicity, is because, not just because of the decomposition, but because of the mutilation. And you pair that with someone that crossed a boundary that we have set in society to keep the innocent innocent. You do not talk to children. You do not date them. You do not play around. You don't. I would assume everybody with a brain values the innocent. You're willing to cross that line, and then you have the nerve to be insanely jealous and posting stuff about, oh, she lied to her, oh, this and that, her talking to other guys. My guy, that was a play date. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Then you have someone that proudly professes to be a lover of gore, right? And you have a 5'2" person who, for whatever reason, was found at 71 pounds, where all the video and all the evidence show that she was at least a healthy 100 pounds. At least. Yeah. It's painting a very grim image, and it's making me wonder what's going on. Either it's that guy or he knows who it is. Because how many people did you give the keys to your Tesla to? And how many people did you give the code to the test? And where's the Tesla videos? And where's all the street videos? And what is taking the police so long to name him as a suspect? Anyway, you guys, listen, stories are developing. I'll let you know as they come up. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, then why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompts directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is, everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
Coaches are standing by.
The lights are on. Okay.
Have fun, guys. It's a real pleasure, honor to sing with you guys.
Yes, mine.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Some people call me the space cowgirl, yeah.
And some call me the gangster of love.
Some people call me Maurice, 'cause I speak of the competence of love.
When people talk about me, baby,
it's them doing wrong, doing wrong. Don't you worry, baby, don't you worry.
'cause I'm right here, right here, right here, right around.
I'm a picker, I'm a winner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. And I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I get my loving on the run. You're the cutest thing that I ever did see.
I really love your peaches and wanna shake your tree.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it all the time.
Oh, and baby, I shall show you a good time.
'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a winner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I get my loving on the run. 'Cause I'm a winner, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun.
Put your hands together.
I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I get my loving on the run. I'm a winner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in I'm more and more confused. Why am I like this? You told me not to wait for you.
Hey guys, we have another update on what's going on with the David case, and this one is even more shocking. And it's leaving a lot of people to wonder, where are the arrests? Where are the suspects? Somebody cannot be this sloppy and get away with this much without leaving a trail. What's the newest thing that's going to blow your mind? The police have found a second body. Again, the police have found a second body. On top of that, people are saying that it appears from the evidence that's been released by the police and with the social media sleuths that Celeste, her last days or even months might have been something out of the movie Saw, might have been something out of Silence of the Lambs. We're going to tell you why we think that is. We're also going to tell you about the second body. This could explain why the police haven't made an arrest yet. Because for someone to be this sloppy, it could mean two things to me. One, this is your first, excuse the term, rodeo. So you didn't know what to do, you were sloppy, you didn't think things through. Or two, you are a serial murderer and you got so confident in what you were going to do. You got so confident in what you were going to do that you just got sloppy. For what? Dig a ditch for what? You have a tour. For what? Just put it in a Tesla trunk. Again, serial killers, when they get caught, I'm speaking in, of course, code because we're trying to be respectful of YouTube, okay? But serial unalivers, right? When they get caught, it's usually because they got very sloppy. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing that we actually know of, the second body found. Now, you guys, this is something that is a bit odd, all right? This is something that is actually really odd. So, the same day, and you might not know this, but it's something that needs to be said. The same exact day that Celeste was found in that impound lot, there was a second person actually found. That person is a woman. That person had an index finger removed. Interestingly enough, it's the same finger that David and Celeste had the tattoo written on their fingers, okay? It is known that he often did, well, it is not known, but it was rumored that they battled issues with jealousy, meaning David was very disrespectful and treated you the way you would treat an 11-year-old. Like literally, he should, the fact that he hasn't even been arrested for that or charges haven't been brought for that is beyond me, right? But getting back to this point, they said remains of two women were found in cars investigated as homicides. LA authorities have revealed new details, okay? This is something very interesting. They said the LA County Medical Examiner has released new details on the remains of one of the two women who were discovered in vehicles at Tow Yard this week. Both passings were investigated as homicides, okay? Even though law enforcement is not authorized to speak publicly about the cases. One woman's remains were discovered at about 12:20 p.m. on Monday after police responded to Hollywood Tow on Mansfield Avenue, okay? Someone smelled a foul odor coming from the front trunk of the vehicle, and detectives were sent to investigate the possible presence of human remains. That car, a Tesla with a Texas license plate, it is David's car, was towed from the Tony Bird Streets neighborhood in Hollywood Hills, according to police, okay?
Butler Toyota of Jacksonville. It's where you go. It's where you go for an amazing selection of new and used vehicles and incredible savings. Right now, get low lease financing on your favorite Toyota models. Plus, with our Butler Advantage plan, you get 4 years of no-cost maintenance, convenient home delivery, and more. Whether you're shopping, servicing, or exploring your options, go to Butler Toyota of Jacksonville. It's where you go.
slow. Thank goodness I'm using Monday CRM.
This report's taking forever. What a nightmare.
You know that with Monday CRM, you can create a dashboard super fast.
I don't have time for your daydreams. I gotta present this in 30 minutes.
Monday CRM is all about doing stuff faster. You can create a dashboard with real-time data, customize it, and make it real pretty in no time.
I'm using the biggest force in the game, and Kelly over here thinks Monday CRM's better.
Okay, stay slow, that's your problem.
Wait, are you serious? Can you really customize stuff without an admin?
Sure, you can customize anything you want by yourself, not just dashboards. Change the labels, text, and colors, add any deal stage you want, create new automations to save time. Speed is the name of the game.
And let me guess, you use AI also.
AI isn't just a buzzword. I use it for so many things, like generating mass emails, summarizing meetings and action items, and prioritizing my deals.
But moving to a new CRM will take forever.
Will it?
Did you just onboard me to Monday CRM with the snap of your fingers?
That's exactly what I did. Monday CRM, do it faster.
They said that this deceased was found severely decomposed inside the vehicle. Severely means it went on for months, not just, it went on probably for definitely more than 2 weeks. Usually months when they say severely decomposed. She appears to have been deceased inside the vehicle for an extended period of time before being found. We're unable to determine her age or race or ethnicity. The descendant was wearing a tube top and black leggings size small. She has wavy black hair. Jewelry includes yellow metal stud earrings and a yellow metal chain bracelet. Okay, right? The medical examiner said the woman was 5'2" and 71 pounds, and that she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "Shh." The remains were described as, and this is very graphic, a head and a torso. The owner of the vehicle has been identified as David Anthony Burke, as you all guys know, right? The body of the second woman was also found after a family members filed a missing police report. The family had reportedly tracked the woman to a scorched Honda Civic that was being held at a tow yard at the West Gage Avenue. Okay? The car had been towed to the lot on Sunday. And the vehicle fire had been extinguished by LA City Fire. But firefighters never checked inside the car and did not see the woman's remains. Okay. Listen. Now here's the thing. Authorities do not believe that Hollywood Hills thing is somehow related, but I do find it very, very odd, and I do find it very, very coincidental that both these things were happening at the same time. You know, that whole tattoo possibility popped into my mind as soon as I heard this. But yeah, they're saying they're connected to a missing persons report, and it seems the family had tracked it down. They found the second body. It is unclear whether it's related to David, but do you see what I'm talking about? About the reason of, do you see what I'm talking about? About the way that there's all these coincidences happening. No arrests have been made. And this mofo is just sitting there talking about he's fully cooperating. Fully cooperating with what? Why didn't you say anything actually found in your car? Where was the shock? Where was the horror? Seriously, even if you didn't know it was if somebody said, yo, somebody was found in your car, wouldn't you be like, wait, what? How? When? Okay? Let's also not forget, this woman's finger was allegedly cut off. Don't forget that David talked over and over and over about his love for gore P. He almost said that he had an addiction and he had to stop himself from watching it because he loved it so much. Death was something that he romanticized, like his song Romantic Homicide. Every venue on his tour, he would bring in a casket into the hotel with him as a PR stunt. Again, the gore P, if you don't know what it is, please don't look it up. But it is horrific. But somebody that's into taking pleasure from chopping and screwing other people, yeah, That's exactly what it is. One person is cut, the other person is missing. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Honestly, you guys, listen, we're going to be following this a lot more. You guys stay tuned for part 2. The whole thing about Celeste and the way it looks like that he may have hurt her for weeks. I'm going to drop in another video. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments. Bye.
Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices. Want a vehicle with low mileage? We have a wide selection in stock and ready for delivery. Buy with peace of mind with the multi-point inspection, a free vehicle history report, and a limited time warranty. Visit us online or stop by our dealership today to discover incredible savings across our entire inventory. Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices. Want a vehicle with low mileage? We have a wide selection in stock and ready for delivery. Buy with peace of mind with the multi-point inspection, a free vehicle history report, and a limited time warranty. Visit us online or stop by our dealership today to discover incredible savings across our entire inventory.
Welcome to the program. It's nice to have you here. I'm Ashley Banfield. Here is the show. Those parents in California, you know, the ones who said, help us find our baby, and then suddenly were arrested for maybe killing the baby? Lots of developments with them today. First of all, after she spoke in jail about still wanting to see the baby, looking for the baby, still asking us all to help find the baby, they're getting arraigned for murder. And a few other charges like lying to the police. And now the public defender's office doesn't know what to do because they can't have the same lawyer and they can't both be represented by a public defender. So which one is going to get the boot? And is one about to flip on the other? A couple of things we want to discuss. That's coming up in just a moment. Here's another one for you. I know you're all just as frustrated as I am about the kids' behavior these days in school, right? It is just appalling. They're giving the bird and the F-bomb to teachers left, right, and center, punching, kicking, hitting, if not students, other teachers. Teachers' hands are shackled, can't do anything about it. Florida's about to do something about it. They're gonna let the teachers hit back. What could go wrong? You may be all for it. You may be against it. But what does it say when there's no rule book on how hard you can hit? Where does it end? Are they allowed to use weapons? The switch, the paddle, the ruler. Are they allowed to lock you in a closet? There are so many questions here. And whether or not you support the idea of teachers being given the freedom to use corporal punishment, what about the teachers? What if they're worried about some kind of, well, what if it goes sideways and something really goes wrong? Are they then liable? Okay, all of that as well. And then this one, I literally lost my lunch today, like I pushed it aside, because in Oklahoma, a couple of parents showed up at the hospital with their daughter and their grandchild. Sweet, right? Except that the daughter's only 11 and the grandchild apparently shares the same DNA with stepdad. So yeah, charges are filed and these two parents are facing some serious trouble. He is facing, of course, sexual abuse of your stepdaughter. She is facing, how the hell did you let that happen? C, why didn't you get her any health care while 11-year-old is pregnant all the way to term and gives birth in your home? They have 5 other kids too. There's so much that's wrong with this, but maybe the worst of it might be what Grandma said. There's a lot of grandmas here, I know. But the one in the orange, her mother said, "Oh yeah, no, it's not my son-in-law. It's another kid in the neighborhood, a 12-year-old." You can't make this stuff up, so I'm giving you the facts. It's all coming to you in just a moment, but let's start here. Some big important blanks are starting to get filled in tonight in the case of a missing California baby named Emmanuel Harrow. By this point, Emmanuel is presumed dead, and sheriff's deputies believe that his parents were the ones that killed him. But the biggest blank is the whereabouts of the body of that little boy. That's as big a mystery as ever tonight. Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Harrow, are now both formally charged with murder, but they've also now been hit with a couple of other things, like lying to the police, and I'm going to tell you a few other charges, pretty specific stuff in just a minute. But the lying charge, that stemmed from their initial report 12 days ago that Rebecca had been attacked in the parking lot of a Big Five store, and that her attacker had kidnapped baby Emmanuel, just made off with him. Where's my baby?
UF Health Emergency and Urgent Care Center is Jacksonville's first combined full-service emergency room and urgent care under one roof, open 24/7. Now, you no longer have to choose between convenience and level of care. We treat patients of all ages, from infants to adults. Our emergency medicine physicians are trained to treat allergies to broken bones with on-site lab and imaging. You only pay for the level of care you need. UF Health Emergency and Urgent Care Center.
Working in law enforcement and in juvenile detention centers, I got to see the back end of it, like how kids are getting here, but I wanted to see the front end in a sense. I would say to anyone who's looking to further their career with GCU, take a leap of faith and just trust the process. Stepping from one career into the next, that purpose that I was looking for, GCU literally brought it front and center. GCU was able to give me all the help and support I needed to graduate and reach my professional goals.
The couple was in court today for what was supposed to be an arraignment. You can see Rebecca's bruises are really going away now. But that arraignment was pushed back to next week, in part so that both suspects can figure out the lawyer situation. A Riverside County public defender broke it down for reporters like this.
Both defendants, who is Jake and Rebecca, made their initial appearance here in Riverside Department 61. Ordinarily, it would be for an arraignment. However, we have limited information. All we have is a felony complaint at this point. We don't have police reports, anything of that nature. So the Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent people who cannot afford private counsel. Initially, we received word that one or both would have private counsel. It appears that neither have private counsel. We cannot represent both. So for today, we simply continued the arraignment. The arraignment is reset for next Thursday, September 4th. At that point, hopefully we'll have a police report, run a conflict check, and we'll decide to keep one, and then we'll conflict on the other.
Conflict on the other. That means move the other parent off the public defender rolls because it would be a conflict of interest to represent both parents. And he's right about the limited information piece. The papers filed today by prosecutors are short on specifics, but two pretty big things stand out nonetheless. Number one, the state contends that baby Emmanuel was killed in Riverside County. You may not think that's such a big deal. And the fact, that his remains still haven't been found, that's still a big deal. They may never be found. But it is in no way a barrier to charging someone with murder and getting a conviction. As regular viewers of this show are aware, no body does not mean no murder or no conviction. But if you don't have at least a working theory of where the murder, AKA the crime, happened, you don't know where to file the charges, where to hold the suspects, where to indict the suspects, and where to try the suspects. So the fact that they're saying Riverside County means they believe that baby Emmanuel was killed in Riverside. Now, the second really big thing that came out of that skimpy little complaint is that Emmanuel's death, presumed death, could have happened as early as August the 5th. That's a full 9 days before Ms. Rebecca there made her kidnapping report to the police. What leads the DA to suspect that? Don't know. Not yet, anyway. They got something, for sure. They didn't just come up with that out of a hat. But we do know, and this part isn't a shock, that the state intends to bring up Jake Harrow's 2023 conviction for willful child cruelty against an infant even younger than Emmanuel. You probably know this, but Jake's on probation for that outrage as we speak. The beating of his own 10-week-old baby girl who was left severely disabled for life. Remember when Rebecca said in her jailhouse interview, he would never hurt a child? Well, sister, just look at the court docs. Just look at his prison sentence. Just look at the fact that he's a convicted felon on parole for that. I want to bring in Justin Shepard. He's a digital journalist who goes by the handle Just in the Nick of Crime. Okay, Justin, so much to cover. First of all, the couple in court. Describe the demeanor. What was the vibe in there, especially between them?
Yeah, well, as you know, like you said earlier, they pushed back the court hearing, so it was very, very brief today. We only had about 5 minutes, and you know, for the most part, they were both very quiet. You couldn't really get too much of a read on them, but I mean, it was pretty quiet and pretty brief.
5 minutes, holy cow. I get it though, right? If they're gonna push the arraignment, what else do you need to be there for? So you and I and pretty much everyone in the world saw Jake in his orangey red jumpsuit being trotted out next to Highway 60. I guess it was on Sunday. And the idea is, we didn't have audio on that, but the presumption is he's out there helping authorities to find the body. Maybe he's giving them the directions. Maybe he's pointing the finger at Rebecca and saying, here's where she threw the body. Maybe it's just the authorities taking him out there for a photo op so that they can show it to Rebecca and say, look what Jake's doing. You better talk fast and get to the trough first. In any case, do we have any idea what Rebecca has been doing while Jake's been out in the desert?
So I think you bring up a few interesting points with that because, yeah, we saw him out there and it could be a number of things. But what it appears to me is it appears that he's trying to lead them as to where he might have last saw the body, where they might have disposed of it. But what's interesting about that is when you look at Rebecca, she is still doubling, tripling down on the story that she wants her baby back. She's not giving up hope, and that she's still saying that he's kidnapped. So what's interesting about this is that it appears, at least from outsiders' perspective, that they're not on the same page. And the biggest reason I say that is because if you go back to that 2023 conviction and the willful child cruelty from 2018, he threw his then wife, Vanessa, under the bus trying to blame her, and it almost seems like history might be repeating itself.
My neck has been hurting so bad since that guy rear-ended me. It wasn't my fault, but it's been such a hassle. Girl, it sounds like you need Find Legal. Who? What? Why? Find Legal is like a personalized legal genie. How? I mean, they've been doing this for over 35 years. They've literally helped 500,000 people just like us. Impressive, but I think I can handle this alone. Well, attempting to go solo is like fighting a dragon with a toothpick. You're not just up against the person who caused the accident, you're up against their insurance, which comes with its own army of lawyers. Find Legal's experienced attorneys will swoop in and battle those legal teams for you. And they'll fight to get you the settlement that you deserve. Plus, car repairs and medical care. But what about the cost? Lawyers can be so expensive. Girl, you only pay if you win. Plus, the consultation is free and there are no upfront costs. Wow, it sounds like they've got it all figured out. They do, so don't wait any longer wondering about the cost of a personal injury attorney or if you even have a case. Find Legal has got you. Just fill out a fast questionnaire to get started. It really is like having a legal fairy godmother that's waving her wand, making all of your worries disappear. I told you. Click the link below now to get the help you need.
Wow. I wonder if Rebecca's aware of that, given the fact that she's in a jail jumpsuit, giving interviews saying, everybody keep helping me find my baby. It just sort of defies logic. And, does a tiger change his stripes? Okay. Then the other big thing today is that they have written in the court documents, you get the honor about language. Well, these documents for these two defendants suggest that the killing of baby Emmanuel could have been as early as August 5th. Any idea why that date? What is it specifically about that date, 9 days earlier than when Rebecca called police saying, a stranger took my baby?
So I was actually surprised to see the August 5th to August 14th date, because from what I've heard, and I guess this is unconfirmed, is that nobody has seen that baby in a month at least, which means you're pushing it back into sometime in July. My best guess is that they probably had to come up with some kind of story, and again, this is my best conclusion to this, that they had to come up with some story that maybe somebody was asking about the baby, and since Emmanuel was not able to be produced because he's gone, they had to come up with this elaborate story, and that's what they decided to go with kidnapping. That's all I can think of that would make sense.
Did anybody hear what was going on, or at least was anybody within earshot and able to report out what Jake was saying roadside when he was out there with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department deputies?
No, I haven't heard any reports as to what exactly they were doing, which is kind of odd because typically if they have a suspect out there and they're trying to help them do something, usually at a presser, they'll tell you, hey, we have one of the suspects out there and that's what they're doing. But they've been pretty tight-lipped about a lot of this investigation.
That's the other question. Unusually tight-lipped, or is it sort of par for the course? I mean, that was such a thin set of documents today. Granted, the arraignment's going to be later, but it just felt like there was just so little to go on.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. I think that it's maybe a little bit less, especially given the fact that they've now taken them both into custody. The fact that they have enough digital evidence, digital forensic evidence. They took floorboards out of the house. So there's enough there that they believe that the child is deceased. And they're really not giving a whole lot of information as to what's going on, why they're searching. We didn't hear anything about searches today. So it's been, I would say, to a degree, unusually tight-lipped.
Justin Shepard, just in the nick of time. Great reporting. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to seeing you again. Okay, I'm joined now by former senior deputy DA in Orange County, California, and author of the Book of Murder, A Prosecutor's Journey Through Love and Death, Matt Murphy. Matt, you always know what's up when stories like this break. I mean, this is your neck of the woods, California, right there, Riverside County as well. Do the charges line up with what you're seeing so far? The early statistics, the early information, the early evidence that we know of, and suddenly these few charges that are starting to drip and drab out?
They do, Ashley. This is look, no body cases. One of the biggest misconceptions out there is that you cannot prosecute a case without a body. And there are jurisdictions in the United States where prosecutors even think that a jury will never come back. I've prosecuted 5 murder cases successfully with no bodies. So juries never want to give the benefit to the bad guy, to the killer, of successfully getting rid of human remains, especially when you're talking about a little boy like this. What's interesting is the 1109. That is that was a legislative evidence code that was enacted several years ago in the state of California that allows what's called propensity evidence. And because the dad had a previous conviction for this, I can tell you right now, they provided notice to that. That evidence is coming in. The defense is going to fight it tooth and nail, but it's coming in. The court's going to allow it. It will be upheld on appeal. And that's incredibly powerful corroborative evidence concerning Jake Haro. And that is good. But I'll tell you another thing. They have forensically gone through every device, every phone. I guarantee everything that they were able to seize from the Haros. And there is certainly evidence that we have not heard yet. And remember, there are ethical constraints on the prosecution regarding what they can release publicly, especially on a case like this. And one of the things I just wanted to point out, everybody's been referring to the jumpsuit as an orange jumpsuit, and I think you said orangey red. The color of the jumpsuit in Southern California is actually very significant. That's a red jumpsuit, which indicates that he's what's known as a total SEP. In custody, he's been separated from all their prisoners because of the notoriety of this case and out of fear that he is probably at risk of assault by other inmates. Just his background alone would put him high on the list of assault because other prisoners in general population will often retaliate against people that hurt kids.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Because in a Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Did you know Microsoft offers grants and discounts exclusively for eligible nonprofits? Whether you're looking to improve productivity, make better use of data, or integrate AI into your daily work, Microsoft has you covered. Getting started is quick and easy. Click the link or visit us at Microsoft.com/nonprofits.
A total SEP, S-E-P, right?
Total SEP, as in total separation, right?
That's interesting. I didn't realize that the bright red is significant in that respect. Thank you for that. I always learn something from you, Matt. Filing a false police report. That is one of the new charges against Jake Harrow. But I just feel like a lot more charges are coming down the pike. Can you go over what he's facing now and what you think he may face in the future, as well as what Rebecca may face in the future, other than murder?
Well, that's one of the tough things about California, and you and I discussed this on your pod yesterday. The second-degree murder, which is what this is in the state of California, you get a parole hearing in 12 years. Filing a false police report is something, all the lies that she certainly told the police, and probably he, we don't know exactly what he said in his interview, but that is the type of thing that, it can add maybe a little bit of time, but you're still talking about a misdemeanor. So even if the court were to sentence what's called full consec, you're only talking about an additional 12 months. So it really doesn't add much. And I think that they are somewhat limited here, especially without human remains, because we don't know the exact circumstances of the death, at least publicly yet. Sadly, Ashley, the answer to your question is not very much. I don't see a whole lot in the way of additional charges. I mean, they could theoretically go for a conspiracy, but that's going to do what's called 654 in the state of California, or merge into the murder. Conspiracy to commit murder and murder are going to have the same sentence in California. So the court would only be able to sentence on the greater, which would be the murder itself. I doubt that this was planned baby deaths, and I've prosecuted several baby death murders over the course of my career as well. And they're almost always rash, emotional decisions. When the kid poops after clean diapers or breaks something, you see these really emotional, brash decisions. So you're not going to get a first-degree murder out of this. And unless there's some sort of torture allegation, there really is not going to be much more. Maybe if they find the body. Now, we don't know what anybody said. The fact that they're on the side of the road is, of course, significant, because the Riverside County Sheriff's and the DA's office that are very good at this, they know what they're doing on these cases. They certainly have some additional evidence, whether that's from the cell phones, statements of Mr. Harrow. At this point, we just don't know, and we might not know for a while. But they got something else that made them feel confident enough to pull the trigger, so to speak, and charge them both with murder.
I noticed here on Jake's booking sheet, it's been updated to include 2 weapons charges and willful harm of a child, but he hasn't been formally charged with that, so we'll be watching to see what happens with that. I'm really interested to hear what you think about Rebecca's little jailhouse interview, suggesting we should all be out there Susan Smithing, watching for her babies. Is that going to come back to haunt her? And I've only got about 30 seconds, but how dumb was that?
100% it's going to come back and haunt her, because at some point she's going to blame him. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. And so that jailhouse interview, somewhere behind the scenes here, Ashley, there's a lawyer who is probably today getting assigned to that case that is pulling their hair out because of that stupid jailhouse interview. That absolutely is going to come around and bite her. And and some poor lawyer is going to have to try to dig her out of that mess, and I don't think they're going to succeed.
Matt Murphy, always good to have you. Thank you so much for this. We'll appreciate it.
Happy to be here as always, Ashley.
Looking forward to the next time. Again, Matt's book is called The Book of Murder. Run, Don't Walk. Get that book. It's fantastic reading. I want you to take a good long look at this Florida woman. She is on trial for murder, and on the internet, they are calling her Grandma Gotti. But did she really mastermind an execution? Or is she just a mom in her 70s, a grandma? being railroaded for the sins of others. Her name is Donna Adelson, and she is fighting like hell to stay out of prison. But up next, her own son and daughter walked into the courtroom and took the stand for the prosecution. Oh, dang. That's some family dynamics right there. We're taking you inside the courtroom next.
At Ashley, we've got you covered with top mattress brands at winning prices. And you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 60 months. Make every snooze count. Shop in-store or online today.
At Replit, we believe everyone should be able to create software without limits and without knowing how to code. Introducing Agent 3.
I have been waiting almost 2 years for the next chapter of the Adelson family drama in Florida. And let me tell you something, it has been worth the wait. The family matriarch, that's Donna Adelson right there, she is on trial as we speak in Tallahassee. She's charged with masterminding, or as her own daughter put it, micromanaging the murder of her ex-son-in-law in 2014. It is a little bit confusing. Let me break it down into a flow chart for you. Donna's daughter is that lady right there, Wendy. And Wendy used to be married to a law professor at Florida State. His name is Dan Markel, until she wasn't married to Dan Markel anymore, and the divorce was awful. And custody was even worse. Wendy wanted to move 400 miles away from Tallahassee and take the kids with her all the way down to South Florida so she could be closer to mom, Donna Adelson, the grandma. But the judge said, no way, custody doesn't work like that. She was not allowed to take the kids that far away from their dad, Dan Markel. And that's when prosecutors say Grandma, Donna Adelson, concocted a plan. Let's just get rid of Dan Markel so that, daughter Wendy could be free once and for all from him and move closer to the rest of the family down here in South Florida. Police say Donna even enlisted the help of her son, Charlie, Wendy's brother, as well as Charlie's girlfriend, and even a couple of hitmen to pull off the scheme, the murder. I should tell you that as Donna sits in court, 4 other people are already doing hard time for Dan Markel's murder. The 2 on the left there are the hitmen, one of whom cut a deal and testified against the others. And the guy there on the upper right with the big hair, that's Charlie. That's Donna's son, Wendy's brother. Before he became a felon charged in a murder conspiracy, Charlie was a flashy dentist in Miami. But now he's in prison for life. And that woman down there on the lower right, that's Charlie's girlfriend at the time. Her name is Catherine Magbanua. Catherine was the go-between, hooking up the Adelson family to those hitmen fellas on the left. Catherine is also serving a life sentence, as is the hitman who didn't flip, convicted. So back to Grandma Donna. This is great, this video, I love it. It's body cam. Donna and her husband, Harvey, were stopped by police at Miami Airport in November of 2023. This is 1 week after their son, Charlie, was convicted. They were both holding one-way tickets to Vietnam. And I know, it's a country known for its scenery, its culture, and also not having an extradition treaty with the United States. You know where I'm going? So they marched Donna right there in handcuffs to the airport. Grandpa, though, Harvey, he's never been charged with anything. I'm sure he was just left there thinking, now what the hell am I supposed to do? So Donna was charged with everything. First-degree murder, conspiracy, solicitation, and yesterday, during this trial she's now in, her daughter, Wendy Adelson, remember, ex-wife of the murder victim? Wendy shows up at her mom's trial. Wendy's not charged with anything yet. And Wendy was given immunity to take the stand and testify for the prosecution. Take a look.
At the time of Dan Markel's murder, was the defendant, your mother, very angry at Dan Markel?
Before he died?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you hated him too, right?
At certain points, I was very frustrated with him.
Did you refer to him as an STD?
I don't remember saying that.
Danny is an STD. One wrong mistake, marrying him, and this will never go away. Is that what you said?
I did.
And did you share that kind of sentiment with your mother?
I don't remember ever saying that, so I don't think it's something I said very often.
Did you ever refer to your ex-husband as the Dark Lord?
I don't remember saying that, but I certainly might have.
Did you refer to your ex-husband as Jibbers?
I did.
What is the meaning of Jibbers?
Jibbers was just a silly name that a friend helped me come up with to basically make him feel less scary.
I'm going to stop right here and bring in our friend Gigi McKelvey, who is all over this case for her podcast, Pretty Lies and Alibis. Gigi, what a shit show. I mean, there's really no other way to say it in this courtroom. Is it tense? Like, I mean, this is a bad family affair, worse than the worst Thanksgiving.
It is tense. I mean, you have Donna face to face with two of her kids so far. Charlie should be on the stand at some point, but, you know, Wendy and Donna had these little glances back and forth. When Wendy had to identify her mom in court, she sounded like she wanted to get choked up, but I noticed when her oldest son, Rob Adelson, got on the stand, she really had a look of disgust versus what she gave Wendy. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact she meddled in his personal life years ago, and he left the woman he was in love with, married another woman very quickly, annulled, went back to the woman he loved. Donna's complaint was she was not Jewish. To her, Dan was too Jewish. You can't please this woman. But Rob got rid of everybody, did his own thing, moved to upstate New York, very happily married. It was so tense yesterday with those two kids on the stand. What a day we had.
UF Health Emergency and Urgent Care Center is Jacksonville's first combined full-service emergency room and urgent care under one roof, open 24/7. Now, you no longer have to choose between convenience and level of care. We treat patients of all ages, from infants to adults. Our emergency medicine physicians are trained to treat allergies to broken bones with on-site lab and imaging. You only pay for the level of care you need. UF Health Emergency and Urgent Care Center.
Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices. Want a vehicle with low mileage? We have a wide selection in stock and ready for delivery. Buy with peace of mind with a multi-point inspection, a free vehicle history report, and a limited time warranty. Visit us online or stop by our dealership today to discover incredible savings across our entire inventory.
So, yeah, God, I mean, there's Grandma, and the internet calls her Grandma Gotti. They say she's the mastermind of all of this. The prosecutors say that. Her daughter Wendy's on the stand. They say they haven't spoken since the arrest, which is a couple years now. And Rob gets on the stand. That wasn't on anyone's bingo card. I wasn't expecting him to get up there. So two of her kids testifying. Like you said, kid number 3, Charlie's gonna get up there. He's a convicted felon now. But I keep thinking about Wendy. Wendy is at the core of all of this, right? It's her ex-husband that ended up getting executed in his driveway. The hitmen, shot him in his driveway. She's not charged. She was given immunity to get up there on the stand, but she was not given immunity from being charged. She was only given immunity so that anything she said on the stand couldn't be used against her in case she was charged. Is she going to be charged?
I wouldn't count it out, Ashley. I mean, look. If you look at the case they have against Donna right now, there is no smoking gun per se where you can say, I planned to kill Dan. It's largely circumstantial. You put the pieces together, you get a big picture. I think it's going to be the same with Wendy. And she is an unindicted co-conspirator. Prosecutor Kappelman has definitely in the past let Wendy know on the stand, in the event of your arrest, and Wendy's eyes get big, she kind of plays around with her a bit. But Kappelman is playing a nice game of chess. You get one conviction, you get the next. So Charlie was convicted shortly after Donna. The buzz is after Donna is convicted, or I think convicted, does she go for Wendy? I mean, that remains to be seen, but there are a lot of coincidences, Ashley. Who else would know his schedule for that day to go to the gym? Who knew he was going out of town? When the boys would be out of his care? Had to come from somebody, and who else would that be but his ex-wife who had joint custody with him? So I think there's a lot there to work with, and we will see, but I won't be surprised at all. I will be here for it, Ashley.
Well, good. I've got you on speed dial. I'm calling you back because I definitely want to hear from you when Charlie takes the stand as well. JG, thanks. I always appreciate this.
Thank you.
All right, still to come, folks. These days, it is not uncommon for kids to tell their teachers to F off, even punch their teachers, kick their teachers, and the hallway behavior between the kids themselves. It certainly ain't what it used to be. So Florida is about to crack down and let teachers hit back. Hit the students, as long as the parents consent. But how hard? And with or without a weapon, like a ruler or a strap or something even heavier. When we come back, the debate over teachers being the new sheriffs in town. I have vowed never to start a story with the words "in my day," so I will just say this. Unless your day is the here and now, you may be just as shocked and appalled as I was by this next bit of video. It's a high school student in California physically attacking a teacher and then being slammed to the ground by the school's resource officer. Take a look. It's not the first time we've seen a fight like that, and it won't be the last time, which brings me to Florida. They have just passed a law that is proving every bit as divisive and controversial as that video. The new law gives school districts the power to authorize corporal punishment if it's set out in a formal policy approved by the board. If that happens, parents can opt in by signing a consent form, or they can opt out by not signing. And what exactly does corporal punishment mean? Good question. That's up to the districts and to the boards. So it could mean locking students in a room alone or forcing them to hold difficult poses, which, by the way, Ruby Franke was a big fan of. But it could also mean shaking or spanking or hitting or kicking or some combination thereof. Florida is one of 14 states that allows those kinds of punishments in schools. I want to bring in Talika Nunez Navarro, former judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney, who's now the dean of St. Thomas University College of Law. Judge, this is such an interesting development. I'm sure that half the audience right now is, thank God, finally, we're going to get those kids back and get them back in line. And in my day, I got the, the ruler to the back of the hand, which, by the way, I just said in my day, I promised I wasn't. But other people are going to say this is appalling. You cannot leave up to teachers a level of violence that who knows how aggressive or how strong they are. What could possibly go wrong here?
Well, Ashley, like you, I saw the headline. I dove right in. I was skeptical, and I read the law, and it's not as bad as you think it is. It's the 17 rural counties in the state of Florida who already allow for corporal punishment, to then have the parents opt out if they choose to, or opt in. And essentially, it creates guidelines and safeguards for the school districts and the parents. So it's giving them more protection than they already had.
Working in law enforcement and in juvenile detention centers, I got to see the back end of it, like how kids are getting here, but I wanted to see the front end in a sense. How can I take what I've done and show students the reality of life? Maybe I could go into the school to see what can I do to help these students. I would say to anyone who's looking to further their career with GCU, take a leap of faith and just trust the process. I didn't think that I could literally go back to school after finishing undergraduate. With the classes that GCU offered, I found myself taking things from classes that I was in and inputting it into my own classroom, stepping from one career into the next. That purpose that I was looking for, GCU literally brought it front and center. There's 120 students that's looking to me to help them find their own purpose. GCU was able to give me all the help and support I needed to graduate and reach my professional goals.
Because otherwise, I might be stuck with a stack of bills and debt for the rest of my life. That's why I'm using Find Legal. All I have to do is fill out a 30-second survey and get connected to a qualified attorney that can help me fight for the compensation that I need. A survey shows that people who hire a car accident attorney on average get a payout of $77,600 compared to only $17,600 for those who don't. And that really could be the difference between financial freedom or spending the rest of my life buried under a mountain of debt. Find Legal hooks me up with a free legal consultation and an attorney who can help me fight for the max compensation. Plus, I don't have to pay my attorney's fees unless they win my case. So if you are in a crash and you think that insurance is trying to hit you with a lowball offer, don't go it alone. Tap below and let Find Legal have your back.
So what kind of guidelines? For instance, if they say you can use a ruler and you can hit the back of a kid's hand, well, you know, Mrs. Smith, who's 90 pounds, may not hurt as much as, you know, Mr. Jones, who's 300 pounds and a wrestler. His hit on the back of the wrist could actually break a blood vessel or maybe break a knuckle.
Right. So all of these policies have to be outlined by the school board. They have to be reviewed every 3 years. They have to be administered by a supervised principal. They have to have a witness in the room, and they have to have a written, detailed explanation to the parent of why this student is being reprimanded and punished. And the parents have the opportunity to be called before each punishment, or they can just opt in for the year, depending on what the parent chooses.
I worry about the teacher liability too, because if something goes sideways and a kid is like really badly injured, could that teacher be held liable? And by extension, could that teacher opt out of all of this for fear of that?
Yes, the teachers do not have to participate. They've made it very clear that the teachers do not, if they do not feel comfortable, they do not have to participate. And you shouldn't, I mean, it is a slippery slope, but if they're saying moderate use of physical force, they're not even saying what we use in the courts. As a criminal judge, as a family law judge, we use the word reasonable punishment, not excessive or abusive. Here in this bill, it's moderate use of physical force. So they're taming it down. I do see the slippery slope, but I don't see the liability being too high, considering the fact that the parents have to opt in or they can opt out.
Well, I'm a child of the 60s, and I'll tell you something, Judge. That whole moderation didn't happen with my preschool teacher who beat the living you-know-what out of me at age 3-ish, 4-ish, when I accidentally wore my boots on the jungle gym and I kicked Jason Halter in the mouth. That's what I'm fearful of, is that somebody gets a teacher like I had who could not stop herself for the amount of times she was hitting me. And I was just little, and I just worry that maybe there are those teachers out there who may opt in because that stuff's fun. I just worry about that stuff. Although I worry a lot about what that kid was doing to that teacher in the gym. I wanted to smack him upside the head myself. Judge, thank you so much. I appreciate this. Let's watch this together, and maybe we'll meet again when things do go sideways.
Good to see you, Ashley. Thank you.
Still to come tonight, a die-hard fan with a bizarre request for the Fonz. Henry Winkler was signing autographs at a Michigan car show when a fan showed up with this. Yes, it is a coffin. And he asked the Fonz to sign said coffin. These are photos from TMZ. What do you think the Fonz did? Did he sign it? Or did he tell the guy to drop dead? We'll show you next. We leave you tonight with a new spin on the term ride or die. Over the weekend, the beloved TV and film star Henry Winkler was signing autographs at a car show in Michigan. And that's when a super fan rolled up in a hearse, unloaded a coffin, and asked the Fonz to sign it, as captured by these TMZ photos. We assume that the coffin was empty, and we can only guess what Fonzie was thinking. Something about firing his agent, maybe. But we know that he made the best of a grave situation, And Fonzie scrawled "Rest in peace" on the lid. To which I say, why not say "so much for happier days"? Either way, a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Adorable. Hey, quick note about my podcast, Drop Dead Serious. Definitely check it out. I got a couple up there right now. First and foremost, my podcast on Donna Adelson. All the recap from court with her kids on the stand. That's dropping midnight tonight, Pacific time for the audio, and tomorrow morning on YouTube. And right now, Matt Murphy, a longer conversation with Matt Murphy about Jake Harrow and Rebecca Harrow on missing baby Emmanuel. He goes into a lot more depth on some of the charging and the cases he's covered in California about missing babies and parents who go down for it. All of that on Drop Dead Series. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cuomo starts next.
Maybe I had something to say. Maybe I'll just go away. 'Cause maybe I don't care anymore. And maybe nothing is real. And maybe I don't wanna feel. Maybe I just want to belong. Needed a friend, and maybe you can find the time. Maybe this pain needs to stay, and maybe I had nothing to say. Maybe these are not the days I know.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. It's in the pulse of those who never stop getting the job done or the party started. This summer, Chevy drives America. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
We begin tonight in Maryland, where the man convicted of raping and murdering a mother of 5 2 years ago is spending his last night at the Harford County Jail. At 8 a.m. tomorrow, in shackles and under heavy guard, Victor Martinez Hernandez will move to a maximum security prison that he will never leave, unless it's to move to a different maximum security prison. A Maryland judge today sentenced Martinez Hernandez to 2 life terms plus 40 years, saying, and I quote, "There is simply no hope to rehabilitate you." But the words that may still be ringing in the killer's ears tonight didn't come from the bench. They came from Rachel Morin's children, whose victim impact statements were read or played in court. Rachel's 12-year-old son said simply, "She was a good mom. I think about the life I had with her and my 4 sisters. I miss her." The victim's 15-year-old daughter, the last one to see her alive, wishes she could have stopped her from leaving the house that day. And the eldest daughter called her mom kind, strong, honest, and said that she had the best laugh. And she quoted here saying, "I had to relive the worst 2 days of my life in order to write this." Martinez Hernandez showed no reaction to any of it, but others in the courtroom broke down. Even the translator struggled to keep going, and some people had to leave. Rachel Morin's mother spoke too, and those words, the killer twitched in his chair, the only time he reacted apparently. Victor Martinez Hernandez spent 10 months on the run after ambushing, raping, strangling, and bludgeoning a woman he had never met. His DNA was on every piece of evidence presented at the trial, and the jury needed just 46 minutes to find him guilty of first-degree murder, first-degree rape, and kidnapping. News Nation correspondent Marcus Espinoza joins me now from outside of the county jail in Hartford, where there's been a lot going on here today. Let's start with any update about his transfer, Marcus. I understand that he might be on the move.
In a world where you